Hello, I'm here in Montreal with Steve Masters, lead game design for Assassin's Creed 3. So I guess the first thing I kind of want to ask you is obviously big gameplay involvement there. And from the point of view, we've seen a very big change in terms of Connor. He's much more fluid. And that, how difficult was that for a transitional period?
It presented a bunch of challenges to us. When we chose the American Revolution as the setting, we were thinking, we can't just stick to city gameplay here. So much of what was happening in revolutionary America is exploring, frontiers that were new for Western people, and so we wanted to bring part of that experience into it and make sure that when you're playing, you were going to be able to see some of this sort of organic terrain. And that meant that we were going to have to rebuild all of our navigation systems, our combat system, everything, to be able to support these kinds of new locales. Everything from the tree running, like running around in the treetops, jumping from branch to branch, how we handle the slopes and the rocks, where we can place our handholds, everything had to be redone. It created this sort of huge period of time at the beginning of the project where, we were redefining what we were going to be capable of doing and how that would affect the world design. We spent a lot of time with our world people, with our animators, with our engineers, all sort of coordinating together to figure out, okay, what's the right sort of mixture of ingredients? How far apart can we put things? How do the trees work? Can we generate the trees procedurally using like real trees, something like that? Or do we have to hand place everything? In the end, we went with a hand place solution. Immensely intricate and very deeply technical in the sort of rebuilding of all those systems.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, having been in the frontier, you can't really tell it's been hand-placed. It looks like a forest. There are various bits, you have to sort of sometimes stand and look and go, right, there's the branch you need to get to. But it looks very natural, and it does seem to be very, very well done. So congrats to you guys.
Thank you. It's something that I'm really pleased with, actually, because typically in a video game forest, your trees or jungles, that kind of environment inside of a video game is it's just an obstacle. It's something that's there to occlude your line of sight, to force you to navigate around and keep track of where your enemies are. But for us, it's a gameplay space, and we wanted that moment of sort of discovery where you go from seeing just a beautiful forest, or whether it's in the summer or the winter, and then transforming it into suddenly, okay, wow, I can navigate through all of this space. I can climb up in those trees and just free run around and nobody's going to see me. And it's this sort of eye-opening, eye-popping moment where suddenly you realize, okay, everything here is interactive. I can play with this in a way that I've not been able to do before. So for us, that was really exciting. That was something that we were really looking forward to bringing to people, and sort of getting the reactions of seeing people do it for the first time. It's just super fun.
In the end, I had to stop myself because I was like, if I don't go to Boston now, I'm not actually going to see Boston. I'm just going to stay here and shoot things. So I did a little bit of hunting. So I'm quite interested in that. I'm interested in just how that system works in terms of economical things.
Cool. So what you'll see with all of the animals is, we've hand-tuned all of the reactions and the behaviors, and all the animals have subtly different behaviors. And you'll see, like the deer, really proud of the animation system on this one, where you'll see them, as you approach them on the ground, they'll pop their heads up and they'll go, oh, paying attention to you now. If you keep sort of pressing in closer to them, they'll dance away a little bit, and if you keep going after them, they'll run, they'll flee. So to successfully hunt them and make sure that you can sneak up on them, you want to use the stalking zones, throw some bait down, get up into the trees and go over the top of them. And if you do that with any animal, you'll be able to assassinate it and take it out in one shot. So there's many different ways of approaching these animals. And how you do the hunt affects the quality of the spoils you get on the other side. So if you use like a firearm or your arrows, something like that, it's less...
It's going to be ruined, isn't it?
Exactly, right? So it's less beneficial for you. We want you to sort of experience all of the aspects of hunting and actually fight a little bit to get the optimal spoils. You'll get various different things that you can sell for a really good profit inside of town. And you can also bring it to people on your homestead and craft with it. So it all ties together in the homestead, which is this sort of microcosmic view of life in the era. You have all these people doing their day-to-day business. They have schedules, and they come out in the morning, do their work and they go home at night, or they go to the pub and you'll find them there. You can have chats with them. And you'll see all these people doing sort of what it was to live in this era.
Yeah.
They'll be playing basically hyper detailed animations, whether it's a lumberjack, sawing through some wood, or a carpenter who then takes those parts of wood and turns them into chairs. And you'll see him planing the wood and really hyper detailed animations inside of this. And as you grow the homestead by recruiting new people or solving the problems of the people who are already there, you'll have access to more crafting possibilities. You'll be able to trade all of that stuff with the people in town. Okay. What you do is you basically buy goods from these people, put them onto a convoy, and send that convoy into town and sell it there.
Okay.
So you're kind of like the middleman or distributor. So you're making your profit on the gap between what you paid to buy the goods and how much you sell it for in town.
Can you set that price, or is it fixed?
It's fixed. Different shops will offer you different amounts.
Okay.
And each of those shops will also have an amount of tax that you'll have to pay to trade with that guy.
Okay.
And risk associated with trading with that guy. But you can control the tax and risk. If you conquer the forts, you stop paying tax. Which is awesome.
If only that worked in real life.
Indeed. It was one of my favorite moments of I'm going to let people stop paying tax. I think this is going to be awesome.